Okay, so I got the 24 GMC Sierra front emblems, and I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to put the illuminated front emblems on so that they light up. And I'm going to show you the process. First, I'm going to take off this rubber piece to expose the inside, and by first taking off these tabs, which you just take a flathead, lift them up, and pull out the insides. So we're going to go around and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 or so. And I'm gonna go around and take those off. All right, now that I got all those tabs off, this should lift up. Should lift up. So I'm going around and taking the back parts out too. These back parts, so that it looks like this. All right, now that I got that out, this should come out. There we go. Now you have room to see what you got going on. Next, I'm going to pull off the existing GMC emblems by simply, I have covers on them first, carbon fiber covers that I'm going to take off. But on the back of these, they have tabs. They have tabs on them where they just basically, you push on the tabs and they pop right out. So as you can see on the back side of them and on the emblems, they have tabs on them that you just push down and they're able to pop out. Simple. So once you push them down, then you're able to pull them out, and they're just stuck on the grooves here. And I'm gonna repeat the rest, the GMC, the M and the C. And now that I got them all off, it should look like this. Now I'm going to take a rag or some denatured, and I'm going to clean that all off. Get that surface clean. Now this is the piece that goes on top of it that lights up, and it's going to fit on the GMC like that. But on the back side, if you notice, the hole that's already there isn't lined up with where the wire is going to be at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole in here so that can fit through there, so it could be flush. Okay, so now that I've drilled the hole in there, now I have room for the wire to go through there firmly. And now I've had it set up to where it would be able to go on there flushly. All right. So next, what I'm going to do is I have two nipples right here that I don't like. this one and this one. So what I'm going to do is, if you can see, it sticks out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take some rough sandpaper and I'm going to clean this up a little bit and try to knock those down so it sits firmly, flush. Okay, now that I've sanded those heads off, so now that I can confirm that it's going to fit flatly, now I'm going to double check it one more time. Okay, now I'm checking the fitment again to make sure it fits flush. And there we go. I got a better, closer to it. No hills and no humps. Sorry about the camera work. I'm doing this by hand myself, and being the cameraman. So just bear with me. But yeah, it'll go on flush. Okay, so now I got a stand, so that's gonna help me out a little better. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the surface with denatured alcohol. And this is going to get rid of any debris and ensure a good stick. Let that dry. And the back of the light has two-sided tape. So what I'm going to go around and do is peel off the red side off the back of the light and get all the red tape off so it's prepared to stick. Now, I don't really like trusting that two-sided tape too much, so I'm also going to put a layer of epoxy onto the plastic so I can let it dry and harden, so to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Alright, so now that I've got my tape off, the red side of the tape off is ready to stick, and I've got my 4 pieces of tape ready to go for me to hang. Now I'm going to put a little thin layer of epoxy on top of the tape to make sure that it's going to stick properly, and we're going to go ahead and mount it. Got a little bit of epoxy that dripped, so before I mount them down fully, I'm gonna clean that up. go. Now I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna let that dry for about half an hour while I'm getting the wiring together, and should be good to go. Now I'm gonna let the epoxy cure on that for about a half an hour of sunlight, so that should dry. It really takes about 5 to 10 minutes, but just want to give it more time to cure properly. Okay, the next thing I do is I took out the plug from my headlight, and the two wires that I had coming from the light, I probed it with the black. Of course, the black is going to go into the black, and I had to probe the other one to see which one cuts the light on and off when I cut my ignition off, and I found it. So it comes with an adapter piece right there. So I just probed my headlight to see which one is going to go into it. So now that I found out which ones I'm going into, I'm going to track the wire and tap into that wire on the headlight harness. So what I like to use to tap into the wiring harness is these little splices right here. So it makes it quick and easy to tap into the wires. So first I'm going to do the positive wire, the one that switches on and off when you cut the ignition off. Okay, so I took that little wire and put the splice through it, and then now I'm tapped in. Now I'm tapped into that line. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the ground wire. Which is the black wire. So after I get the two wires I want spliced in, this is how it looks. So I got my black wire and my blue wire spliced in. Now I just have to add the wire to the top. Okay, now I got the top two wire together. Now I'm just going to simply plug the wire back up, back to the headlight. Here we go. Now I have this connecting wire. I'm going to run it through. I'm going to run it through so it comes out. And now I'm going to take the two. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm going to take the two, the connecting plugs that's coming out. and I'm going to plug them into each other. Now that my lights have been sitting and well cured for about an hour, I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off. And I use Gorilla Tape, that's why. You see it's grabbing on. So it's pulling off the covering on it too, as well. So now that I got them plugged up, I'm gonna go ahead and see if it works. And there you go. It might look a little weird on the camera because it's like flashing, but it's not flashing in real life. That's just the camera mode doing that. But it is lit up. I see my headlights flashing too. I don't know if it's going to play back like that, but. And I'll go ahead and clean her up and go ahead and put her back together. And I'll get you a shot of what she looks like at nighttime. So here it goes. The final, got everything buttoned back up. And this is what it looks like illuminated. Gives it a nice look to it. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
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 Subscribe.